Stout defense. Obviously, they don't give up a lot. That's one of those things that you can tell real easily. They're always in the right spot, and they have a lot of talent. We'll have our hands full as they're a very good defense.
Jake, we saw you use your legs a little bit in that game. Harbaugh compared you to Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson. I mean, is that something that – have you run like that before?
I wouldn't go that far. Those guys are on a completely different level than I am. I was just, trying to help the team out a little bit, get some yards on the ground if possible. And, I definitely want to compare myself to those guys. Though.
Yeah. Well, we've seen you with the touchdowns the week before and then this. I mean, is that a part of your game that kind of was always there and you just weren't comfortable with the first couple of games here using it? Or?
No, I think it's something that I've had since I've played football my whole life. But sometimes opportunities don't present themselves as much, or you throw it away maybe when you might have had a lane. And that's just kind of a feel of the pocket and getting comfortable with those guys and understanding when to take off and when to be smart and throw it away.
How do you feel about the offense at this point? Obviously, still some things you're working out, but just in general.
Yeah, I think, like you said, there's always things you're working out, and each week is a new step because, you have some new installs every single week. I've seen that, every guy I've talked to in the country, they do that, and it's really honing in on what we do well. I think that's the biggest thing, and just continue to evolve, and not just get complacent with having a good week, but really focusing on trying to repeat that process every week.
Does it change anything that when the defense is playing this well? Does it change anything about how you go about things?
Not really. It's just a really good thing to have a defense like ours that's been doing such a good job lately, and obviously we want them to continue that. And no, you just have to approach the same way. You want to go out there, put points on the board, and help the team win.
Pat Fitzgerald said today on the Big Ten call that they're not popping in the video from last year's, the film from last year's Iowa Northwestern game because it was a butt kicking or whatever he called it. Can you take anything from that, from playing them last year, knowing what they tend to do on defense?
It's just having a familiarity with the defense. Obviously they have new guys. They have some new guys there, and they have some guys that have been playing a lot. And it just helps to have a little bit of knowledge of what they do in the past, so that you come into the game week, on Sunday, come in and be like, okay, this is what I saw from them last year, and you kind of remember what they can do. And I think that's it. It's just the familiarity of it. And Coach Fitzgerald always does a tremendous job. That was a rare thing that happened last year, but that's last year. That's over. And it's a new year, new team, new everything.
He also said he was very impressed with how quickly you've made this transition in 1 year. Do you feel like it was accelerated, or do you feel like it's sort of taken this many weeks to feel comfortable? I don't know what your comfort level is, so I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I'd say it's had to be accelerated. A lot of times you have a coaching staff that can be together with their quarterback, with every guy on the offense for a couple of years. You have a junior who's run that same offense for 3 years, and you had to accelerate, but it's not just me, it's everybody on the team. I think the biggest thing is that all the guys are doing a really good job of that and taking it as it goes.
What did you think about the first half? Things seemed to work better. We heard about the screen passes and stuff in the second half. What were the biggest problems, you think, from your perspective in the first half of the game?
That's tough to say. I think the biggest things is being close, but not close enough. Obviously, missing passes, stuff of that nature. If you connect, it's a completely different ballgame. But it's hard to really pinpoint one thing, but I'd say just connecting a little bit more and being better on details.
Part of the conversation yesterday with some of the guys was them trying to say what they thought it would be like to be in your shoes of coming in as a fifth-year guy, and said kind of like being a freshman. You don't know anybody, you don't know the system, things like that. What was it actually like from your perspective?
It was similar feelings and memories of freshman year. Like you said, coming in and not knowing people, but it was different enough where you've had experience playing. I think that makes it a little bit easier, and I think it allows you to kind of mesh better with the guys, and also, second time around, you have that familiarity with it. You've done it before. Mm-hmm. You've had to, create new friends, create new relationships on the field. So I think just having, that second go around really helped.